Alright everyone, this is Commander Trium. We're coming back into the game after yet another galaxy map crash. And when we last left our story, we were flying around in the Viper. There's no reason he should be having trouble in the Moromi system.
How'd you get disconnected?
My computer, the process crashed. The elite, the elite process.
Oh, the process, Chris. Okay, here, I want you to open your galaxy map.
I did. I had a look
type in HIP 57822. Can you plot a course there? Time left 1 fucking minute. What the fuck is that bullshit?
1 second. What was the name of the system? HIP what?
HIP, 1 second, let me get out of here. Fucking clothing. God damn these fucking assholes. Okay, I'm getting like all these mission requests from these people to like pick up clothes for us and shit. Okay. It's HIP 57822.
57822.
Can you target it?
Yep.
Can you plot a course to it?
Distance 255.64 light years. Course plot successful.
Okay, now I can get to it. Yeah, I got it. What the fuck, man? My, no stars are showing up on my map. Do you think there was a server crash?
I don't know. I haven't had a problem, except to say that the galaxy map itself has been flaky for, I don't know, over a month now. And it's crashing the process on me periodically, but I don't know why. I've sent reports in.
Time running out.
I've sent in reports to many reports to Elite FDev to complain about it, but I don't hear anything back. So
I don't like it. My map doesn't populate like right now.
What is your map options? Like, what do you?
No, I have no filters on. I have everything. It's not populating. It's a fucking server connection error. It's not because of filters or anything like that. Like right now, I didn't change any filters, and now I got a course to it. So obviously, it's fucking something buggy on their galaxy map. And other people complained about it too.
What did they say?
Fuck. They just like, it's buggy, stars not populating, I don't know why.
But it only happens...
Time running out.
Only happens in a few systems, or on a few...
No, it happens periodically. Like, you won't get stars to populate, I don't know why.
I've never seen that.
Yep.
Back. Okay, so now we are looking at our...
Okay, I'm trying to do these, like, delivery missions, and I'm fucking... Now they want 2 units of clothing. It's because yesterday I didn't have enough time to do them both because I actually have work to do and shit. Fucking sucks. I have so much work to do. Like, I'm always fucking working. Like, I wake up at 5 a.m. every day to fucking leave.
And you go to work.
Yep.
And then you come home, you play this, and go to sleep, and the cycle repeats.
Yeah, and this fucking, I'm only gonna have, like, right now, I have, like, 2 hours worth of, like, game time before I have to go to bed. It's fucking pain in the ass. And now I'm waiting for fucking to see if the bank wants me to go to Canada to do their thing. Yo, what the fuck was with Esquadal, that fucking dude?
Right.
What was he talking about fucking how, like, he's like, oh, I don't know what's happened with the migrants, but Trump and they're illegals and blah, blah, blah. He's a fucking Trump supporter, dude, for sure. You see that?
I know. That's why I'm trying to, like, subtly convince him that Trump's, like, the biggest dickhead. But it takes
time. He's not even the biggest dickhead. It's fucking, the dude's like a fucking moron. And the people that support him are like, they don't read. Like, you see him, he's like, what problem at the border? He didn't even fucking know.
Well, he admitted he didn't read. He admits that he hasn't done a lot of research into it, so...
Exactly, but he loves Trump because Trump has a simple, clear message. That's what Trump supporters love. They're like, oh, but he says what he means. He said he's gonna, like, bring back our jobs. It's like, dude, fucking... International economics is fucking not a fucking simple thing. You can't say, I'm going to bring back jobs. If people knew how to... No president has been like, hey, I'm going to make sure all Americans are unemployed. That's never been the fucking agenda of any president.
No. Well, because it's not in the interest of not in the interest of the United States, obviously. But I don't know. Trump, I can't really figure out. Trump is sort of he's an enigma. He's a lot like Nixon in the way that he behaves.
He's not like Nixon. He's not even close to like Nixon.
Well,
Nixon was a fucking political genius. Trump is just fucking...
I don't think Nixon was a genius at all. Nixon had his...
oh yeah, that dude went to fucking like 3 Ivy League schools, and he is actually one of the presidents who started with like more or less almost poverty, like genuine middle class. Like, his family didn't have, like, 2 houses and $1 million, dude.
No, but it was a paranoid schizophrenic at the end because he was...
I wouldn't say he's schizophrenic. He was probably a little bit paranoid and a megalomaniac.
Yeah.
But he wasn't stupid.
No, I didn't say it was stupid. Trump does come off as a moron, but... I mean, it's very hard. It's very hard to filter the media to figure out exactly what Trump is like. But anyone who's actually met the man says that he's a dickhead. So I'm just kind of going by what I've heard. But
dude, his own biographer, who helped write that book he wrote, said that this guy's a fucking moron.
Yeah. No, I don't think. And the way he negotiated with Kim, I didn't think was very smart either. Kim Jong-un.
But he called your prime minister a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He's like, he's a son of a bitch. And fucking, if they're gonna play hardball, I was so nice to him. He thinks that the rest of the world needs to fucking suck his dick. Like, that really is it.
Yeah, but the EU has taken the exact same attitude as Canada with Trump, and it's sort of like they're looking to us for sort of the lead on it because we're supposed to be America's best friend, right? And we are, but it's just...
he said that Canada burnt down the White House in the War of 1812. Okay,
it was British. It was British. It was British soldiers.
I know that.
It wasn't Canada. Canada wasn't even a country at that point.
You know what's fucked up? Most Americans, just like Trump, don't even know what the War of 1812 was. They don't know anything about the French Indian War. They don't know about the Revolutionary War.
Nope.
Fucking, I'm gonna level with you. Most Americans are dumb motherfuckers. Like, I mean, like, dumb.
Yeah, there's
like mind-bogglingly stupid. Like, holy shit, how can these people be this fucking stupid?
I've found several holes in the gaps in the American education system that I find a little bit shocking. I mean, a lot here in Canada, a lot of times Americans aren't even aware where our biggest cities are. You know, like where Winnipeg, where Vancouver, where Toronto.
Winnipeg, Manitoba, motherfucker.
But people don't know where that is, right? Like if you're from Nebraska, you might have a clue because I mean it's a big city and it's relatively close. But if you ask the average American from say someplace like New York, where is Winnipeg? They haven't got the foggiest idea. And it's in the top. I think it's probably Canada's 6th largest city or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you took the top 10 Canadian cities, I mean, we're a country of 35 million people. I mean, there's still millions of people that could be living in our top 5 cities, and that's exactly what happens, right? So Toronto has about 5 million people, Montreal 2.5, you know. Quebec City has 700,000.
Doug Ford is your fucking, what is he, like a member of parliament now?
He's the premier of Ontario. He's the equivalent of a state governor in the United States.
Oh, wow, that's great. You guys in Ontario, you're fucking smart.
Yeah.
You're very stable geniuses. Very, very stable geniuses.
Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of Doug Ford, but his brother was caught smoking.
Dude, he sold fucking drugs, man.
I know.
And his sister was a fucking junkie whore. Like, no, I mean, she was actually a junkie whore.
Yeah,
she used to suck dick for cocaine.
But I actually have said this many, many times. Ontario is dominated. The politics of this province are dominated by the one large city in the province, which is Toronto. With, you know.
Do you know who Tommy Douglas is?
Oh yeah, he's the leader. He created the New Democratic Party of Canada, and then called the CCF. Yeah, I'm well aware of who he is. I minored in political studies at university, so.
He's like the greatest Canadian.
One of the greatest, yeah. I'd say Pierre Trudeau has him beat out for greatest Canadian title, but that's his personal view. That's our current Prime Minister's father, actually. I grew up with him.
Yeah, I know who the fuck they are. Also weird. Dynastic fucking families, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it doesn't happen
It
doesn't happen very often in Canadian politics, but you do have certain genetic trends that pervade. I mean, although Justin Trudeau is different than his father and different in his politics, the way he executes. I mean, the two of them are obviously similar in that they were both interested in political authority and appealing and the dynamics of appealing
Justin Trudeau
to.
also lies a little bit. Did you see when he was talking about the
He's a
quantum computer
politician,
program?
of course he lies.
No, he was talking about the quantum computer program, right? And they fucking brought up like a real obscure like fact.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you mean that you're using like non-linear processing and this? It's like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, you didn't just like rehearse that before you came in to sound smart. He acted like he knew about quantum computing like randomly in conversation. But the dude, he can actually fall down a flight of stairs. Did you know that?
No.
The Prime Minister, look up Justin Trudeau falls down flight of stairs. Look it up.
And
go YouTube it.
I can't right now, but my computer is tied up. I'm doing a format. In one process, I've got Elite running in another. I mean, my computer is busy doing things right now while I'm playing Elite. So I don't want to tax it too much. And because I have the VR helmet on, I'd have to like stop Elite and then go and look at a web page, and I'll look at it later.
God damn it, I'm out of the bubble, so now there's no fucking inhabited systems, and I have to buy some clothes for this bitch. She was like, give me clothes. Fucking, man, I can't believe this lady's gone so far out of the bubble.
So...
Yeah, he can fall downstairs. Like, from the top of the stairs, he can fall all the way to the bottom.
And why would he want to do that?
Because it's presidential. That's how you become the Prime Minister. You gotta be able to fall downstairs.
So are you actually moving here, or what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out in August when they start transmitting all the paperwork and shit.
Oh, okay.
But it's a bank, and I'm an American, so I can't imagine. But I don't know, man. Maybe Canada. I'm afraid that the Canadians are gonna be like, "Fuck you, you stupid fucking American." That's what I'm actually scared of.
No.
I think they're gonna deny me entry because of my fucking president.
No.
Dude, he called your prime minister a son of a fucking bitch, man.
Oh, come on.
Dude, really? If he called me a son of a bitch, like all those football players he throws around the word son of a bitch way too much.
Yeah, but unlike the current American president, our prime minister isn't going to hold responsible every American for everything the American president says or does.
Nah, the fucking Philadelphia Eagles canceled the fucking reunion to go to the White House for the Super Bowl. They canceled it.
Yeah.
The fucking owner of the Philadelphia Eagles is a graduate of my school, right?
Yeah.
And it's like a super liberal school. And he's like, hey, I'm not going to have him disrespect my players, man. White, black, Asian, fucking Latino, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm not going to make my people go and fucking suffer through this shit.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to. No law says he has to. But anyways, we don't discriminate at the border. We don't tell Americans to go home, Yanks, because of something fucking stupid ass Trump said. The American people, there wasn't even a majority of the United States didn't even vote this guy into office, so it's very hard to hold individual Americans accountable for who got it.
Now he's putting fucking immigrants. Oh, and also, like, to sign that bill that he just signed today to say cancel, like, mandatory detention.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing now? He asked part of that executive order is to say he wants to extend the right to incarcerate people indefinitely until he's had time to process them. It's like, wow, that's like dictatorship.
Yeah.
I'm going to extend the right to incarcerate them indefinitely?
Yeah.
To get that law in the first place, it took a Supreme Court fucking decision. They had to just say, even to hold him for 20 days, they're like, hey, that's questionable, because they had to say that they needed ample time to do background research to make sure that the kids weren't being smuggled into the country. And now Trump's using that as an excuse to lock up fucking kids. It's fucking nuts.
Our prime minister did come out today and say that is just fundamentally wrong. What was the plan?
Everybody is. It is fundamentally wrong. The dude's fucking locking up kids.
Yeah. Well, apparently, the way that the American media is playing it right now, it's got the playbook is that, oh well, Trump relented when his wife and daughter came to him and more or less begged him to relinquish.
That's not true.
Relinquish the order, but. Whoa!
She just said today.
Your mic just overloaded.
Yeah, I'm walking into the kitchen.
Oh.
Laura Trump just said today, she said that I don't see why Americans are more concerned about legal criminals than they are about American crime. He wants to fuck his daughter. Like, how fucked up is that? I want to fuck my daughter?
What? Who? Where did you get that from?
He said it.
Oh, I hadn't heard that.
He said if she weren't my daughter, I would be dating her because she's so hot.
Oh, yes, I remember reading about that. Yeah, it is pretty fucking gross.
Dude, and he fucking said Obama fucking is an American citizen. And he's like, I don't trust his birth certificate.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? How are you gonna say that shit?
Doesn't matter whether or not he trusts it.
It
doesn't matter.
And now he's saying Laura, his fucking daughter-in-law, just posted a fucking thing on the rally. They have like fucking Nuremberg rallies. She just posted, she's like, oh, the only news you can trust is Trump's Twitter, not the fake media.
Ooh.
It's like, what the fuck? Like, which dictator do we want to be? Oh, and he's like, I did something no president has in history. I'm one of the 4 greatest American presidents ever. I got Kim Jong-un, the first sentence, I'm going to destroy all my nuclear weapons and disarm. Kim Jong-un did not say that.
No.
He said we're going to work towards disarmament and not having nuclear arsenals.
I know. And they said the world's a safer place now. No, it's not. You didn't do anything. All you did was you held a PR stunt, and now the world's probably less safe as a result because
Did you see his movie? Did you see the fucking Trump movie?
No.
Trump made a full movie trailer about how it's like only one man can bring about peace. Another man has to decide if he wants peace or if he wants total annihilation. Now is the time to shoot blind. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, no, I did see that little episode that they played for Kim Jong-un, apparently. Oh my God.
Kim Jong-un went to Swiss boarding school.
I know.
Trump acts like the guy doesn't know fucking English. The dude went to boarding school in Switzerland.
Yeah, he speaks English fluently.
He's like, I can't believe this fucking retard is actually like talking to me about this shit. He's like, I'm gonna destroy this guy.
Yeah.
He actually Kim Jong-un is like, hey, tell South Korea to stop with the military exercises because it's too aggressive. Trump's like, yeah, okay. And he's like, hey, we're gonna do something about those nukes, right? Kim Jong-un's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We'll do something about those nukes. It's like, yeah, no problem, dude. We got you. We got it.
That perception doesn't seem to be going very far in the United States, and I can't honestly see why. It was pretty clear from what happened in North Korea or in Singapore, that North Korea didn't make any commitments they haven't already made to the world community.
No, they made 0 commitments, and they already had that meeting 3 times. They actually signed it in writing.
So where do we get this attitude from people in the United States that, oh well, Trump's a great negotiator? I mean, I hope that the American delegation puts him front and center in their trade talks with Canada, because we weren't making money before, but we'll get favorable consideration now, I'm quite sure, after an afternoon with Trump handling the negotiations. He doesn't know how to negotiate at all, nor would any country that deals with that guy directly is going to take advantage of the situation for their own interests. And the United States won't be properly represented. So he doesn't know shit from clay. He's a fucking flim-flam artist, a con man, little more, and he's not even a very good one of those.
He's a fucking moron. I mean, that's it. The President of the United States is a fucking moron.
Yeah. But hopefully...
And the fact that most Americans can't see it, like...
Well, there's something wrong in the political system. Something is defective. It's not working the way it was intended to. It needs to be fixed.
I just had somebody today call me a fucking gringo, go back to your fucking country, fuck your president.
What?
They have pictures of fucking... Because there's pictures of fucking Latino children in fucking cages.
He thinks you're responsible for that?
Yeah, they're all fucking... There's no other gringo Americans, so what the fuck are they gonna do?
You won't get that attitude in Canada, I can assure you.
Imagine, like, if you saw fucking Canadian kids, like if Canadians were going to America and they're like, hey, we don't think your paperwork's accurate, and so then all you saw was pictures of Canadian kids in fucking
there'd be considerable diplomatic outrage. Oh shit, hang on, I fucked this up.
No, Canada would probably make an ultimatum against the United States. They'd be like, hey, we don't give a shit what the fuck you're...
It's not how we work. It's generally, if you study our history, our relationship with the United States has been guided by the attitude that we recognize that the United States is 10 times our population, and we're not going to be in any way dictatorial.
5 times, no? You have 60 million people in Canada.
No, 35. That's
Holy
for
shit, that's
2011 census. So
I'm going to be like the greatest Canadian. They're going to be calling me
Here's your big chance. That's right. It's your big chance. But, I mean,
wow.
You won't notice it.
Fucking Canucks.
Especially if you end up in Toronto, you won't notice it at all because Toronto is a huge, huge city.
You have a lot of black people?
In Toronto, yes.
Really? Like a lot?
Oh, yeah.
That's
in Toronto.
crazy.
Not so much in Winnipeg. In Winnipeg, I went to school with one black girl, but she was the only black girl I knew, like, growing up. Otherwise, I just didn't encounter any black people at all.
Wow, fucking racist Canucks.
Well, it's just I don't know why. I suppose there wasn't a lot of settlement in that part of the continent for people of African origin. But now things might be different. I don't know. There's been a lot of immigration that's happened over the past several years. It's how our country grows. Is we usually take in immigrants. We're a fairly affluent country, and so.
So why do you not want fucking Americans to immigrate to Canada?
Oh, we do. Well, we don't mind.
No, you don't. I saw the requirements. They do a point system. Like you get so many points depending on education level, your work experience,
probably
your bank account.
But I mean,
what the fuck
it would be applied. It would be applied to every country for professional considerations. It would be applied to every country more or less equally, I would guess. I mean, the points would be accrued over, depending on a country's size, population, cultural compatibilities, etc., etc. The government would probably have to look at to see, what would it take for someone from country X to assimilate into Canadian.
Well, I'm actually fucking 40 points short of perfect scores to immigrate to Canada.
40 points short of...
Maybe less than 40, because it's only it's 4 points for having a doctorate, and it's the problem is it's 20 points for speaking French. So I'm 25 points short, but yeah.
But you speak Spanish.
Yeah, but they don't ask that. What am I going to do, fucking help all the people that clean Tim Hortons speak to their boss?
I don't know. French and Spanish are pretty, I don't know if you're aware just how close...
No, it's not. The fucking pronunciation's too different.
No, it is. I understand that, but the grammar itself, the word sources, I mean...
Yeah, I can read French. I can read Latin, too. So.
Yeah, so, I mean...
But that's not speaking. They give you points based on your fluency in the language. If you're bilingual in French and English, you get an extra 25 points.
Jesus, you pick it up faster than me, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you don't need to speak French. You're Canadian. You're born in Canada.
Actually, I do speak French, but it's just that you probably would have less difficulty as a Spanish speaker, less difficulty.
And it's not French. It's fucking Quebecois.
Well, it's just not European French. It's North American French.
No, it's fucking bastard French. It's even got a name like fucking the Duck Quebecois.
Yes, I know. I live here. I live right across the river from Quebec, so I'm well versed on the differences of the language. But I've studied...
French people actually don't like it.
I've studied...
They really have a problem.
No, they find it colonial, but that was probably true. That's probably true for Spain as well, right? If you're from Mexico and you go back
to... Spain can't say shit because Mexico's a more powerful country than Spain now. So they try to talk shit, but they know the reality. They're
well, what about Colombia or Venezuela or any of the other Spanish-speaking countries?
They use more Spanish, natural Spanish. They speak a dialect of Castellano, it's called. So it's more like Spanish.
Castilian.
They say vos and shit like that. In Mexico, they don't do any of that shit.
Really? I've heard that there's there are pronunciation differences, major ones between countries like Mexico and Colombia, far more so than between Quebec and France. But I've never really understood why or what the dynamics were exactly between the different countries. But anyway, and then you get Portuguese mixed up with it in South America because of the presence of Brazil, which can only have some influence on language. I imagine they're the largest country in South America, so. And Portuguese is a very different language altogether.
It's kind of different. It's like, yeah, you understand it. It's not so different, but there's important vocabulary differences, what makes it not hard to be bilingual.
Well, the person who taught me French the most at university was herself Portuguese. So she spoke Portuguese, Spanish, French, Italian, English. I think that is, yeah.
Portuguese speakers can speak Spanish. Spanish speakers cannot speak Portuguese. That's the difference. Because all of the rules of Spanish are the same in Portugal, but the differences are between Portuguese and Spanish.
Oh.
So, like, everything you can say in Spanish is more or less the same rules in Portuguese, but the problem is everything you can say in Portuguese is not the same in Spanish. So it's kind of a weird fucking mix.
And they're both part of the same, like, the same landmass, the Iberian Peninsula in Europe. I've never understood, unfortunately, it's just a hole in my historical knowledge of Europe. What exactly caused Portugal to be separate from Spain? Because it started out as the whole peninsula started out as one Roman province.
Yeah,
Iberia. So how we got two countries out of that, I don't know, but I'm interested in finding out. I understand it kind of devolved into a city-state-like structure at one point, but...
Well, yeah, it was a little bit different, like when the fucking... Remember, Spain was never Spain. Spain had to become unified by unification war. Like England. England was never the United Kingdom until they had, by force, they attracted all the other kingdoms into the UK.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was Elizabeth I. It was Elizabeth I that was largely responsible for bringing about that unification. Well, into what we now...
Spain wasn't Spain. Spain was an empire called Castile or something like that, like where Castellano comes from.
Yeah.
That was the name of the Spanish. All right, I'm back to Elias. Do you think I can get clothes in Elias?
I would imagine.
I don't know. Every time I go places, I'm going to go to Mitra Estate. What kind of place is this?
Tourist places are good for clothing and for domestic appliances and other amenities of that sort. So if Aliath has a thriving tourist industry, I can only imagine it does. It would be a good place to visit.
It's all high tech.
Yeah, well, it should be fine.
I'm going to this place, Mitra Estate. I want to go back to those places I took a tour of, because they have things like, they have aliens, fucking invasion, and all kinds of weird stuff. Alien transgression, it was called. They have, like...
What?
Yeah, all these fucking places I took a tour of. Here, there's early hyperspace, ringed gem, Miromi.
And so what happened? Was there an alien incursion other than the Thargoids at some point?
I don't know. But
I may have seen these satellites. I just
read
assumed.
Them yet because I'm too busy trying to get this fucking stupid shit done. Because I want to get credit. Because this is like, these are 6 million credit fucking missions.
Yeah, I'm just reading here in 32. I want to see the Sirius Corporation. This talks about the new drive technology, like why we have, as of 3200, new drive technology. Because the old versions of Elite, they use it slightly, like there was no jump drive, no in-system jumping around, right? You had to like just basically use inertia, and it was using Newtonian type of physics in the old Elite game to move between planets. And the only way you could jump forward was to literally move forward in time. You'd skip ahead, effectively. And that was fine for single-user play, but for multi-user, it made no sense, obviously. So they created a new drive technology. But I'm still interested in the lore behind the new technology, because now you can travel through a star system in minutes. It used to take days and weeks. Of course, it is 1,300 years in the future, so... I still find it hard to believe that 1,300 years from now we're going to be like finding space travel quite this easy.
No, we're not.
But if you look back 1,000 years ago, you had said, "Oh, we will travel to the moon and be contemplating
No,
colonies."
that's a false equivalence. That's not even close.
They would think you're so
idea.
fucking crazy. They would just like, no goddamn way.
Actually, no, they wouldn't.
You don't think
because
so?
Think about the scientific revolution. They were so easily open to most of that shit.
The Renaissance.
It wasn't like, oh my god, I can't fathom electricity. Look how quickly the telephone caught on. Once they started deciphering all that shit, it steamrolled.
I know. The last couple centuries have been insane in terms of technological advance. We've never seen this kind of a period in human history before.
It's because it's exponential increase.
Yeah, even the Renaissance wasn't quite this rate. Although now there's talk of a new Renaissance where we will find, AI and star drive and other technologies moving us even further ahead.
I mean, I don't know. If we have fucking faster than light travel, I'll be happy, but I mean, you're talking about we're gonna need energy sources more powerful than anything that exists.
Fusion within fusion inside of 30 years.
No, it's not fusion.
Yeah, but fusion
gives you... have fusion.
No, well, yeah, but it uses more energy than it creates. But they're talking about energy producing fusion reactors in less than 30 years. It's been worked out arithmetically.
Oh, the United States canceled its fusion program already.
Europe didn't. And there are two projects of miniaturization, miniaturized fusion here in Canada. So it doesn't include the possibility that compression pressure in concert with a fusion torus might be able to actually produce a sustained fusion reaction.
Fuck, I can't buy clothing at this place either.
Why not?
What the fuck, man? I don't
know. Just go on you have access to a web browser. Go on the eddb.io and put in clothing and search for it and find out where the closest system is.
Yeah, but it's also, I'm getting these messages nonstop. Time is running out. So I'm just going to bring it back. I don't care. I'm going to Alias and I'm docking. If they don't have it in the fucking station, fuck them. I'm not fucking wasting more time.
You don't get that much of...
How the fuck is clothing?
You don't get that much of a penalty for not giving them clothing anyway. They just get a little bit unhappy. But who cares? They're fucking tourists. Just dump them out into space. They're lucky if you don't do that to them or sell them into slavery. Yeah. Quite often, if I'm carrying passengers, I get offers to sell my passengers into slavery, so sometimes it's tempting.
Well, now they're gonna make slavery illegal.
In the game?
Who the fuck was that dude from Reparations that was caught? They caught some guy.
Is this in the
Living
news?
room lights, 50%. Living room lights, 50%. Yeah. Look, some guy fucking got arrested from the repatriations people.
Let me have a look. Galnet, GNN, the Galactic News Network. Oh, yeah, you're right. Homicide attempt by terrorist organization and League of Reparation has been foiled, and would-be killers taken into custody. The arrested Chief Inspector Kay Kilbride of Alliance Interpol, who is part of the United Task Force investigating the League. She released a statement. I'm pleased to confirm that the latest assassination attempt by the League of Reparation has been prevented, and that we have apprehended several of the group's members. The operation involved revealing the location of Dinah Law, a descendant of INRA employee Tristan Law. We anticipate that the League would follow its modus operandi and attempt to eliminate Ms. Law. With her cooperation, we placed task force agents at her home. Fortunately, they were able to overpower the terrorists. They spelt that wrong. The captives have been transported to a secure Interpol facility for interrogation. Our primary aim is to establish the identity of Nexus, the entity that provides the organization's members. Their instructions have already conducted preliminary questioning of the prisoners and have acquired significant facts. Confident that this is the beginning of the end for the League of Reparation, that the task force's efforts will soon pay off. Report brought to you by GNN. Oh! Oh. Are you still there?
I had to fucking repower my fucking Bluetooth.
Oh, okay. It disappeared for a second, so I was wondering, where the hell did you go?
Yeah, don't worry. After fucking almost 30 years of wireless connectivity, we still can't keep a stable connection.
No. And 200 years from now, 200 years from now, we'll still be tinkering with it. It isn't quite working.
Be talking tech support. Turn off and on your wireless modem. Try it again. I don't know. I don't fucking have a fucking rat's ass idea why it's not working. Turn it on and off again. Unplug it for 10 seconds.
It's almost as if you've been working in a call center. I have done that.
I don't think I could ever do that.
I did that job when I was much younger, but only it was at the beginning of the internet, and my God, the calls we would get, I can't begin to tell you. Anyway.
The beginning of the internet, would you work for like Prodigy?
No, there was a company called Rogers Communication here in Canada. They're like really crappy service, but they
are. They like, what the fuck? What was before? What the fuck was that shit? DSL? No. What the fuck was that ISDN? No.
Yeah, ISDN was an older technology, but it wasn't widespread.
Yeah, it was a fixed velocity, but like still was like 500 like kilobits per second.
Yeah, it was a fortune.
And everybody's just like, holy shit, that's so fast.
Yeah. This is back when the only other choice was using a phone line, like a fax machine, to like
No, it had they had dual ISDN and.
Yeah, yep. I sold ISDN lines for an ISP in Winnipeg at one point.
And now, the average house connection is faster than a T1 line.
I have 3 gigabytes. It's equivalent of OC8, OC12, something like that. Anyway.
Dude, I have 60 fucking megabits per second.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
You have 60 megabits. I have 3 gigabits to my door.
Yeah, that's fast. That's ridiculously fast.
Yeah, it is ridiculously fast.
At that level, you're bottlenecking the server side.
Yeah, outside of Canada, I don't get 3 gigs, right? Like I get 3 gigs to Toronto, but anything outside of Canada, basically forget it. It's not going to be 3 gigs anymore. But I do have maximum bandwidth to the United States. Like everything that's available. So until they upgrade.
What do you do with 3 gigs a second? Like, what the fuck do you do with that?
You hope you find someone in Toronto who's got your torrent, and then you can like transfer a movie in 30 seconds.
Yeah, really, what do you do with that? Like, fucking.
It's only good for movies and whatnot.
Exactly. You need an open bandwidth between multiple hosts with high bandwidth.
But you know what? I actually use, if I look at the chart on my modem and that keeps track of all the data that I use, it's pretty impressive. I'm using over 300 gigs, of data every week basically, and I honestly don't know what the hell I'm doing to gobble up all this bandwidth, but luckily it's there. There's plenty of bandwidth. So, it's not a problem. But
now in the United States, we have bandwidth throttling. Did you hear about that shit?
Yeah, some companies do. Not all. Some companies.
No, they do it secretly.
Secretly? Secret bandwidth throttling? That violates...
They do it based on your use.
That violates net neutrality, and I'm sure in places like California it doesn't apply, because there's very, 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 very aware users in the valley.
This place, no fucking clothing here either? Whatever, I don't give a shit. Okay, whatever.
Just run around naked and protest. Go outside in the spaceports, buck naked, and say, where is the clothing? I need clothes. It's your form of protest.
Land enrichment systems? Okay, that's bullshit.
Actually, The station looks kind of...
Bioconductors, 3 units. Is that worth it? Or should I take the 5.6 million? I'll take the 5.6 million.
The station looks kind of cold. If I was running around buck naked outside, and I don't think it'd be very comfortable.
Look at this.
Wait, there's a hallway. There's a heater in there. What?
Jesus Christ. 17 million. 17.8 million credits. Let's go. 11,000 light years away.
Is that even worth it? I guess, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Carbon star close. What's good about these these are like persistent locations, right? Like carbon star close. Transport explored to carbon star close. 2,000 light years away. Like when I get there, that'll be there for anybody who wants to visit, no?
Pretty much. Why not? I want the shipyard. What's in the shipyard?
Wow. Here they still want to go to these ice geysers? Yeah, they're the same. Like, they're all the same destinations. Like, they want to go to ice geysers. They want to go here. They want to go there. Oh, that's nice, no? 40 tourists seeking transport. 40 politicians.
Okay, we need the Diamondback Explorer. It will take 24 minutes to arrive and cost 153,973 credits. FNS Bravotica.
Okay, let's see.
My Sidewinder is the only ship without a name. The other one's Valoria, Bravotica, Quantica, Gardica, and Ambrosia. Oh, and my current ship, the Praetorica.
So, I'm like, there's so much shit. I just got like 3 fucking updates about these locations. Like actual, like fucking real text and like histories of what was happening. And it's pretty cool. I gotta figure out like how much player discoverable shit they put in this game.
Quite a bit. I know that Raxla is out there. Can you imagine finding Raxla?
Yeah, I gotta figure out. There's so much shit there.
You'd be like an instant celebrity in the game. You realize that, right? Like, you find Raxla, you're famous, not just now, but forever.
Well, the guy who found fucking Colonia was by accident.
That's Jacques.
Yeah, totally by accident.
Black Jack Shellac.
They were trying to make it fucking hidden for a lot longer to reveal the plot, but he found where they put it.
Yeah, I don't know why they're having such a trouble finding Raxla. There's people who do nothing but look for Raxla all the time. That's what they do.
Let's see. Cargo capacity. I don't have cargo capacity 8.
Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a break for dinner, and then I'll be back after.
Yep.
So
okay, I'll be around.
I'll chat you later. Take care.
Totally good, yeah.
Alright everyone, we're going to take a break at this juncture so I can have a bite to eat. I'll be back in the not too distant future. Enjoying the evening playing Elite here with one of my wingmen, Hardin. Currently resides in Mexico City, but is apparently thinking about migrating to Canada. And no, Canadians do not harbor ill will towards any Americans as a result of... Well, I can't speak for every Canadian, but 99.9% will be thrilled to have new American colonists or immigrants as neighbors, I'm quite sure. So, with that, it's 1:30:36 Zulu at 21 June 3304. I'm at Patterson Enterprise in a Sirius star system near near Earth, actually. Relatively speaking, of course. And we'll be back in an hour or so. This is Commander Trium signing off for now.